Hello everybody and welcome to Hang Out with Heather. I'm your host, Heather, as I'm sure you could assume. And this video is more of an extension of the other video that I just made that should be up by the time I put this up about making your own watercolor palette. Well, I showed you where to make this palette in particular. And I figured that I also wanted to go ahead and make a video about how to make your own reference kind of guide for your palette. This is also a palette that I have made. This is my third palette that I've made. This is the first one, second one, that's the third one. But for both of these, you can clearly see that I have a guideline or kind of guide sheet for what colors are which in the pans, since they correspond. Just so if you're painting, you know exactly what color is which without having to swatch it again. So I figured that might be just a helpful video to make as well. So obviously, if you're painting, you don't want to use the wrong colors. That's, especially with watercolors, that you can't really lift them or paint over them like you can with acrylic. So yeah. So first, I pre-cut this sheet just because cutting paper is kind of awkward on camera. But this sheet is cut to fit in here nicely, so if I'm painting, it can be right there. And, you know, it doesn't have to be super big. So just accurately map out each color. And now I will do this on camera, obviously. And I'm trying to angle this so you can see. Let me fix this up a little bit. So let me move this out of the way a little bit more. And so then you can see this, kind of. So first, I'm going to kind of measure out, this is about 1.5 inches. So I'll cut it up into 3 segments. So thankfully that it's already kind of done for me, technically, with the fact that it's 1.5 inches. So, yep, and then I will kind of same on the other side. Okay, so now I will take my ruler and just go ahead and draw across. Whoops. So now I pretty much have, well, yeah, that leather line's a little silly, but the 3 sections, this lighting is terrible. There's hair on it. Awesome, this is so professional, but I have the 3 sections that correspond with the 3 rows I have here. And now I will go ahead, I'll do this bottom row first because it only has the 4, so let me kind of, this is about 3.5 inches, just a little under. So let me kind of take liberties with the spacing. You know, that works. Okay, and now I'll draw the lines up. So I can have each section nice and pretty for me. Actually, I don't even need the ruler for this part. No, we're just going for it. And I should not have gone for it because it looks awful. So let me erase that. Yep, don't listen to me. Don't just go for it. Okay, and now take 2. Let's go ahead and follow the lines a bit closer now. Because, I mean, ideally they should kind of be equal, but, I mean, they don't have to be. So there we have that now. So you see the other lines, so RIP those lines. So now this other section will be a bit easier. I will, since the top 2 rows are both 5 versus the 4 at the bottom. So this section right here is actually perfectly, well, just under 3.5 inches. So I will kind of go ahead and guess, kind of. I mean, you can do the math for it. I'm not going to. Again, with me guessing and just going for it. So if I didn't learn my lesson the first time. Yeah, that didn't work. It's okay. See, we all make mistakes here, and no one is perfect. So, yeah, this is so professional. But again, it's just kind of figuring out the spacing and, you know, trial and error. That's what I always say, so. Yep, that's fine. Okay. Erase the bad line. There we go. and go ahead and draw the lines up. Again, I probably should use my ruler for this, but I don't feel like it, so. Because again, the lines are not perfectly even. Thrilling. But that's okay. So let's just fix this one so they look a bit more even. Because with weird measurements, you know, it's kind of hard to get them perfectly even, but this looks a lot better now. So I'm sorry that my bracelet is super loud. But so this is what I have now. I probably will go ahead and just reline it with the ruler. I'll go ahead and do that now. So this has been useless for you guys so far, I'm sorry. But yeah. Oh, my kind of pencils, the lead always breaking. Because, you know, they don't have to be perfect. I mean, no one is going to be grading you on how well you're able to draw perfect lines. So now I have this. So it's decent enough, I think. Definitely will do the job. So now I have my water. I've been reusing this water for a while, so that's why it's kind of gross. But I've been doing a lot of painting recently. So, okay, now I will go ahead, dampen my brush, and grab my first color, which is the black. And I'm just putting it down. I think I'll do what I did with my first palette. You saw the one that only has the 24 colors. That I they can't really see. Kind of do like more of a gradient type thing. Or not, since it's black. I laid it on a little heavy, but that's okay. Life is a series of mistakes, and that is fine. Let me be your off-brand Bob Ross. I suppose that's what I kind of sound like right now. But that's fine. Again, your worst critic is yourself. So even if you aren't thrilled, you can always redo it. So now I have that first color, black, and I will do every other box because, and then I'll go back into the other ones just so I don't kind of accidentally mix each one. So now I will do the more purpley red color, dark red. Don't remember the name off the top of my head. Probably crimson something. But it is very pretty. So see, already this one looks better. I probably should have used a different brush, but I personally really like this brush shape. It's a little worn down now that I used it a lot, but I feel like it's just very versatile. It works nicely. And I will just continue to do that. So now this is what that looks like. I hope this is like ASMR for you guys. It's kind of nice having somebody just to talk to or listen to. I hope my voice is soothing enough. So I'll kind of take my napkin over here and getting the color off of it. Now I will grab my next one, which happens to be this orange. So here we go. Jumping right into it. I suppose you could put a piece of paper or something underneath so you don't get any paint on your desk, but it's watercolor. It's not going to damage anything, I promise. Actually, don't hold me accountable for that, but it's very easy to get off of your desk. So I mean, this desk already has paint on it anyway, so that doesn't really bother me. But so here we go. Again, I just decided that the paint did not want me to do the gradient, so this is more bold colors. And now I will start on the next row, and I will start with this kind of peachy color. Well, I picked up a lot of color there. Let me kind of calm that down. Okay. And lay it down. Like I said, I'm kind of doing every other, alternating, just so the color doesn't mix, because that is not fun when that happens. So I will show you, put this on a little light. For this one, the first row, I went ahead up here and I did all of it like that. And for these two bottom rows, I decided to do like kind of that checkerboard pattern, just because there was some overlap on the top. I mean, it will take just a little while for it to dry, which is no big deal. It's watercolor, but it does dry fairly quickly. So we can use that to our advantage, right? So now I will take my lemon yellow. Kind of got a lot of that one too, but that is okay because yellow is my favorite color. So I don't mind it being large and in charge. So, you know, it's eye-popping. And as I'm doing this, I am thinking some people might not like the look of the pencil in between, so you can go ahead and reline it with like Micron or any normal pen. I probably won't. It kind of depends on what the other, or how the lines look when everything else is up on there. So let's go with this green. I believe it's green. Yeah, more of the blue-green color. And lay that on there. Again, if you make mistakes, not a big deal. You can always do another one. That's the miracle of life. And I just want to say, I am not sure what brand paper this is. I just got it when I was still in high school. I got it actually junior year, the end of junior year, so I could do some work on it over the summer for AP Art. And my teacher gave me like 5 huge sheets of it, or maybe it was only 4, but I still have 2 left. So I am using that. I don't know what brand it is, which is a shame because I would love to order it again because it looks very nice in my opinion. I like the way that the paint settles on it. But alas, if I'm not meant to know, I'm not meant to know. Maybe there's a better paper out there for me. Like, I do like the Moleskine watercolor paper. I have a little sketchbook because I wanted forever to have a Moleskine since they are like the top brand in notebook and sketchbook paper, or sketchbooks in general. And I mean, I like it. I don't know if it was worth the price, but I enjoy it. In fact, I was almost too afraid to work on it at first because I was like, oh my god, this big brand name watercolor paper. I don't want to ruin it with my trash work. But I've just mainly been doing color studies on it, so that kind of helps, I guess. This looks like trash right now, but that's okay. It does not matter to look better once everything's all dried out. So now we are back up to the top, using some of this brown. Now that these top 2 colors have since dried. So let's go ahead. This one I added a little more water than I generally do, so I'm going to go ahead and grab some more pigment. And just carefully trying to work in between the lines, I suppose, so it looks neat. There we go. Have that. Now let's go into the next one. This red. Yeah, this red is very pigmented and nice. I like it a lot. That brown is more light in color, so that's why it looks more patchy almost, but with layering it will look cleaner. But if you're into the more patchy look, or the lighter look, then go ahead. Don't let me tell you what to do. That's what you like, it's what you like. I just personally would rather have it be more neat. Okay, so now I'm going in, working with kind of angle this a bit better so you can't really see it anymore, so I'm sorry. But with another brown, a lighter brown. Oof, that was loud, I'm sorry. This is really not helping my ASMR. These browns are just very light. I'm not quite sure why that is, but it is okay. Maybe just the manufacturer, which is Shinhan, like I mentioned in my last video. I think I mentioned at the beginning of this too. Maybe they just aren't the best at making browns. This is more of a orangey brown, actually. Pick up a bit more color just to, layer it on there, make it a little deeper. Now this is what we have so far. So it's getting there. It definitely doesn't look beautiful, but it's not meant to be. It's not meant to be beautiful. And even the ugly has some beauty hidden there. Ooh, another nice deep yellow. Kind of got a large amount on my brush on accident. But like I said, I love yellow. It is my favorite color. And it looks quite nice. I'm really liking this kind of ASMR-esque video. I should do more of these. Now I can see the appeal. So I hope you guys enjoy it too. Maybe I'll even tag this as ASMR so I can get tons of small children to watch me. Just kidding. But I do know that there's quite a market out there for ASMR, so who knows? Okay, so now on to this nice kind of teal, green, blue. That's one of my favorites. Certainly looks very nice. So, yep, again, I added a bit more water than I usually do onto my brush, so kind of add more pigment there. So again, it looks kind of patchy, but it'll look nicer once it's dried. So that's what we have so far. And I do know that I could have organized this so it's more aesthetically pleasing or more rainbow, but I like the way it looks. Not really, but I'm pleased with it. I'm not too bothered. But if it bothers you, then go ahead and make your own. That's all I have to say. Don't have to use the colors that I picked out. But my idea that I had with this was that I would use this if I'm out painting in public. So this is more of like a plein air type palette. It has more earthy colors, or kind of. Colors that can be mixed to be more earthy. And we are on this last color now, the Prussian blue, my favorite. Oh, get a bit more color on there. There we go. So pretty. It's definitely my favorite. Of course, I did not put a lot of pigment on the brush, so it definitely looks more patchy, but I know its true colors and its full potential, and that's what matters, I suppose. And, oop, I guess the green up there wasn't entirely dried, so there is some mixing occurring, but that is okay. So this is the finished product. It almost looks like a funky little brick type of building. So that is that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was helpful, and even if it wasn't, I hope you still enjoyed it. And I promise it doesn't have to be almost 20 minutes long. You can quickly throw some color down with some swatches, but I like to take my time since it's fun to work with paints and I just enjoy doing swatches. So please let me know if you like this video and if you like this whole ASMR type theme, and perhaps I will make more. And thank you for hanging out with me. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.